and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Rabbit Fever. And joining me today is the Iron Raider of professional wrestling himself, Mr. Konhor Martin. Konhor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you, man?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. So I have a couple questions for you right off the bat. Let's start off. Let's go back about a month ago. You were at New South Professional Wrestling, and you were in the Hoss of the South tournament. You had a big match there and performed some great moves there. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Well, I'd like to thank old Dump Sanders for allowing me to be on the show. He's a great human, great guy. And I'd thank everybody at New South for being so welcoming and so accepting for me, because it was my second show ever there, and that's like their biggest event, I think, of the year. At least one of the biggest events they have for their calendar year. So big shout out to them. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of that. But yeah, it was a great venue, great atmosphere, and yeah, the matches were great. And yeah, I mean, just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful showing for everybody that was involved there, not just yourself, but I mean, God, there were so many people there, and you did a wonderful job putting yourself over and putting other people over while you were inside the ring, and it just looked great. And then moving forward, I know that you're a mainstay at Southern Pride Championship Wrestling. You got to be in the Southern 8 tournament, right?
Yes, sir. That was a blessing to be part of as well.
So Matt is the man. I got to say, he definitely knows what he's doing, knows how to book, knows how to put people in the right place at the right time. And I believe that you got to be in one of the main opening matches there, correct?
Yes, I did. Yes, old Casey King.
And how'd that turn out for you?
It was good. I never met the guy. I've heard a lot about him. I love the way he carries himself in the ring. I love the way he carries himself outside the ring. He's a good human. I like him a lot, even though I never got to meet him until that show. But I like him a lot.
And then, of course, you're involved with the School of Morton, we know, and you had a huge victory that took place, and in a fatal 4-way match, might I add, at the Cobra Strikes Back. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to all my opponents, Max, Abel, Michael Gabriel, and Evan Golden, especially Evan Golden. Yeah, I mean, the match was great. It was awesome because my family got to actually be there and watch it, and that made that moment a little bit more special. And then they got to watch me win the tournament the night before, and then watch me win the title the next night. So it was pretty nice to have my family there, especially my brother, who me and him were very close, and we're very into wrestling. We grew up big wrestling fans, and so he's getting to like follow my journey in the beginning, and it's pretty cool to like see the growth I've made in the year that I've been in the business. So
and growth you have made. Let's take a look right here at this beautiful picture we've got going on over here. If it decides to pop up for me, we will.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
It's right there. It just took it a minute. It had a brain fart. But you got the East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship, a championship that's got so much heritage and pride. And you ended up winning that at the tournament, correct?
So I won the Southern 8 tournament on Saturday. I got to fight Casey King, Jeff Conley, and Jaden Newman to win the tournament all in one night. All shout out to all three of those competitors, all three talented wrestlers. Without them, I would not have had a great night. So thank you to them if they're watching this. And then the next night at School of Morton, I won the East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship in the Fatal 4-Way match. And that was probably one of the best stacked cards I've been a part of in a very long time. I just happened to win my match as well.
Well, it set the tone for the second half of the show. I can say that. We were actually at the show. We were announcing for the show, and we were helping the show out. And, man, whenever you got the pop, it was the entire crowd. The entire crowd stood up, started clapping for you. They were happy that you won the title. And it was just an overcoming moment for you, just to say the least, especially with everybody that was there and inside the crowd that was watching. I mean, you had big eyes from lots of territories, lots of other promotions that were there, and they got to see Konhor Martin, the champion, Konhor Martin win that belt, and Konhor Martin hold it up with pride. And man, it makes a big difference when you got other eyes watching you too that are looking for you. And some of the people that you travel the road with, Hunter Drake was there. I know that he was on his feet and he was ecstatic when you won that title. So,
yeah, he's one of my boys. I do love that guy. Him and Tyler Franks. I love both those guys very much. They've actually they opened the door of opportunities for me a lot here recently. So I'm very thankful for both those guys.
Well, that's good company to travel with, especially former New South heavyweight champion. Tyler Franks. And then, of course, Hunter Drake is all over the place. Him and his brother, all over the place. You get to see them everywhere. I mean, from Rocket City, New South, got to see them, of course, at SOM a few times, seen them in JCP, seen them everywhere, man. So they've been all over the place, and they're always looking for a fight. They're always ready to get down and get dirty. So, I mean, that's good company to be in with, especially with them traveling to the big NWA shows. We got to see them in Tampa a couple weeks ago. Well, it's been a couple months ago. They were in Tampa, and we were there for those tapings that they took place in Tampa. I mean, and they're all over the place. So, God, you being in their company, I know that's giving you some extra ability to talk to them and figure out some things inside your mind. And also, like you said, it opens up the doors of opportunity for you to move on and move forward in professional wrestling. What's one of the insights that you can give us that they gave you?
So I'll go ahead and start by saying this. The thing I really like about Tyler and Hunter is just how real they are with me. Like, put all wrestling aside, they are two genuinely good humans that I would like to just be with in general. But that's outside of wrestling. When it comes to wrestling, the biggest piece of advice they've always given me was just keep going. Even when it's good, even when it's bad, keep going. You're going to have moments that are great. You're going to have moments that aren't so great, but just keep going and have patience. Even when it feels like you're at the top or at the bottom, just keep going, have patience, because they've both been wrestling for a very long time now, and they just recently got signed with the NWA. So, I mean, I have very high standards for myself because I want to get signed, and I want to get signed now. But I also have to tell myself, bro, you're literally a year in. You're just over a year in the business, and not to be braggy, but you're doing pretty damn good for yourself so far.
Well, it's not about the amount of time that you have into the business, because it can happen at any time, Konhor. I know people who have been in the business 3 months that have got signed contracts. I know people that have been in the business 10 years that have got signed to contracts after 10 years of being in. What it's about is just being at the right place at the right time and paying your dues and doing it faithfully. And it makes a huge difference when you do that. I mean, a huge difference when you do that, because everybody watches. And I know they like to say that there's always eyes watching you all the time. Well, that's the truth. There's always eyes on you all the time, and they want to see what you're doing good and what you're doing bad. They want to know what your good habits are and what your bad habits are, and they want to know who they're getting in bed with at all times. So, you have to take it as a grain of salt. Don't get discouraged because you've only been in the business a year. Go and work for everybody you can work with, because you never know what show you're going to. I mean, you could be at Pro Wrestling Entertainment. You know what I mean? And it could just happen. You just catch the eye of somebody who's there, and it could just happen for you. You never know where it's going to be at and when it's going to happen. Just keep going everywhere and doing everything. I think that that's solid information that they gave you. We didn't really get into the limelight until last year. It really just started to happen social media wise. It really just started to happen media wise. It started to happen radio. It started to happen television, and it really just kicked off and just took to a different level. We've been doing this. I've been doing this since 2005. So, it just now took off. So that's why I said, there's many times where you fight with yourself and you say, why am I doing this? Only 1 or 2 people are watching, or only 2 or 3 people are gaining traction with us. And, and you just keep putting it out there and you keep doing what you're doing and you keep rolling. Well, eventually what happens is that wheel starts to turn and it starts to get greased just right, and everybody starts following along with it. So don't get discouraged from it. That's solid advice, man. I mean, solid advice. Super solid advice.
No, for sure. Absolutely. No.
So I know that you have a big match scheduled coming up Friday, April 18th at the Burden Brook, correct? Let's take a look over there.
That is correct.
So you're going against Kylie Page, one of the youngest NWA champions that there's ever been. What can you tell me about this? I know that you're in the coven a little bit, and you're obviously looking to take advantage here with your strength and your speed.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first ever intergender match, so that's something I'm pretty excited about. I'm happy that I get to work someone as talented as her. She hasn't been in the business very long, and she's signed, so I mean, definitely look up to her about that. But yeah, also you mentioned she's one of the youngest, if not the youngest, NWA champions of all time. So I mean, clearly she's good. So I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be a great show. I do think I'm going to have a lot of my people there just because I live in Maryville. I played football in Maryville College for 5 years. I've had a lot of people ask about my match, and a lot of people said they want to watch me wrestle the girl. So, I think it'll be fun. I'm really excited to work her because, it's not like she's some random girl. She is one of the best independent wrestlers or NWA wrestlers out there.
So I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't ask this question. Are you afraid that it's going to get you to lose followers that you're fighting a woman?
Well, I feel like I can answer this multiple ways, but I'll try my best to answer like this. What we do is entertainment, and if you look between the lines a little too hard, then maybe you can get offended by it. But if you look at it like this, we're two athletes doing something that we both love at a level that we want to potentially get to. And we're both talented. We're both very athletic. And if you look at it like that, like we're both two wrestlers wrestling against each other in a wrestling ring, then it doesn't matter what sex you are. When the bell rings, it's two wrestlers going at it. That's how I look at it. I mean, that's why I would tell everybody else who want to say like, jokes about it. I'll say, yeah, it is what it is, but I'm honored to be in the ring with someone as talented as her. And when the bell rings, it's just another wrestler, man. And I hope she feels the same way about me.
That's a perfect answer. It was kind of a loaded question, and I'll tell you why I asked that is because a couple years ago, we were a part of a match that took place with a young lady and a young gentleman, and he had a very big social media presence. But what happened in the match is it turned into a street fight. They got sanctioned into a street fight, and he hit her with a kendo stick pretty hard and laid her out. And he lost a huge following because of it. So, and I know that nothing like that is going to happen under the NWA sanction. Nothing like that is going to be there. But you got to wonder in the back of your mind, especially in this area. So we're from Cleveland. We're just right down the road from Maryville. We're not very far. And it happened here. It happened here in Cleveland is where it happened. If that was going to be something that's in the back of your mind or something that you knew of or heard of in the past that might be happening to you.
No, not really. I mean, if anything, I think I would be more, made fun of for doing it than like losing actual following. Because I think especially now with social media, you can look up videos of some of the best matches for intergender purposes. And some of those matches are really good. Like a match I've actually been watching a lot recently is I think Penta versus Chelsea Green. I think it was in like Lucha Underground or something. I don't remember. But like that match was fantastic. And it's because it's two talented wrestlers doing what they do. That's good. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, when it comes to like the area, it's the South. Say what you want about it, but I don't think in Maryville it's going to be that big of a deal. I think they're just happy to see me doing something I love, and I think her people are just happy to see her doing something she loves. And I think you kind of know at this point in the business, it's just kind of like what happens, And it's honestly more credit. It's more credit to both of us. I'm wrestling an NWA superstar. She's wrestling a guy bigger than her. Like I think, dude, that's true. Very true. Very true. But
that's all right. So you said that you're wrestling an NWA superstar, and she's wrestling somebody that's bigger than you, and it's kind of a
so I just think it's a win-win for both of us. If we go out there and just do our thing, I believe we'll be just fine.
I absolutely agree with you. And see, the reason that I'm saying this is because if you remember Memphis Wrestling, huge way back in the day, but they brought in Andy Kaufman. And he was the intergender champion, quote unquote, where he would go around wrestling women all over. And, he made a muck of it, but he got so much heat out of it for doing it. And he got so much stardom out of it and so much hatred out of it that it became the sideshow to the show. It was the actual show everybody was coming to see. And so I think that you and Kylie Page perfectly matched together. I think that you all will put a banger on at the night before, right there for NWA Crossfire in Maryville at the Bird and Brook Tavern. And guys, don't be discouraged if you can't find parking around the front. There's plenty of parking at the back of the building. Definitely turn and go down the side street, and there's several parking lots that'll be available to you guys. That's going to be taking place Friday, April 18th. The bell time is going to be at 8 p.m. for the Bird and Brook. Konhor, do you have anything else that's going to be going on there with the Coven that you know of?
Um,
I mean, I think Isaac Kane's in a huge match, isn't he?
yeah, I say Isaac. Yeah, I say Isaac Kane versus Hunter Drake in a casket match. I think that'll be a pretty solid match. I'm very intrigued to see how that one will go. I believe we got Soraya versus. I think she's fighting. I think she's fighting. I think she is fighting Kenzie. I think she is fighting Kenzie for the
Ryavel?
individual World Women's
Yeah.
Championship. Yep. So hopefully we'll get a new champion.
Come on, Konhor.
I think she deserves. I think she, no opinions on the side.
So the Coven has a huge night. I mean, they have a huge night coming up.
Yeah, I mean, they have a huge night, and I'm sure the rest of us will find a way on the spot somewhere.
And everybody else at Crossfire is going to be having a huge night too. I mean, great night, great card that's going to be scheduled there, and you guys definitely want to be a part of it. And you can get your tickets at Brown Paper Bags, guys. Let me pull that link up for you guys. If you'll give me just a second, I'll get that popped up, and we'll go from there. But it's at Brown Paper Bags at the Burden Brook. It's https://m.bpt.me/event 6616433 is how you're going to get your tickets to that event that's available for Brown Paper Bags right there at the Burden Brook. Now, Konhor, you've got a lot more going on than just that. I mean, now we've talked a little bit briefly about SOM, but what else is going on for you?
Well, I got SPCW April 26th. I got New South April 27th. Got another Crossfire show in May at School of Morton Building, so that's going to be pretty intriguing to talk about later if you want. You got every other Sunday tapings for School of Morton. I'm intrigued to see how that's going to go, especially being the new East Tennessee
That's what
champion.
I was about to say, especially with you winning that title. You have the biggest target on your back now, especially for that East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship. Max Abel is definitely fuming that he's lost that thing. Are you worried a little bit about Max Abel?
Credit to Max. He held the title for a very long time, and he deserved it, man. He's been busting his tail, especially here recently, very hard. And shout out to him. But everybody's gonna come after me, so I just got to be ready for anybody. Nobody stands out in particular to me. I'm just ready for anybody, to be honest.
Well, that's a awful tall drink of water to have there, because there's lots of people that would love to have that title, including Keith Gavins, the gunman. Casey Kazana might be another one that's on that list there. And Casey is saying that he never got pinned to lose it, so he's got something to prove here.
Hey, if he wants it, I'll fight him for it.
You'll fight him for it?
I would. Book it. I'll do it.
All right. We can see about that. We'll talk about that in the future and see if it happens. In the meantime, is there anybody that you would love to challenge? Anybody that you think deserves to have a title match for that SOM title?
I'd probably say my best friend, Evan Golden.
Your best friend, Evan Golden. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to give him a shot before anybody else?
Well, I just think he is the most talented wrestler on the School of Morton roster besides myself, and he's one of my closest friends, and I think that me and him would just tear the house down. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think that would be an excellent match. I do think that you are overlooking Casey Kazana, though, especially like he says here, where's my rematch? He's still saying it. Where's my rematch?
No, I'm not. No, definitely not. To be honest with you, Joe, I'm not really overlooking anybody. I'm kind of one of those guys that just whatever's dealt to me, I'll handle it. I don't really try to look too far to the future because, the future is not really determined and not guaranteed. So why am I worried about someone in the future when I'm just ready for them now? So whoever I got to fight, I'll be ready for them. But if Casey wants to fight now, we can.
Josh Turner says Konhor eats corn the long way. Then he comes back and says Konhor has never beaten me in our last fight. It ended in a no contest. What would you have to say to that, sir?
Hey, man, I'm just happy we were able to walk out of that building alive, because that guy makes me angry. Very angry.
Well, we have a special guest coming in here. It looks like
Yeah,
Casey
what's
Kazana
up,
is
Konhor?
here.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, pal.
So
what's up,
did I
man?
hear it right when you said your best friend Evan Golden?
Oh, see about that.
What?
You know, the best thing about life is you can have multiple.
I go to California for a weekend, and y'all just are best friends now.
You know what?
Wow.
A lot can change in a week. A lot.
I went for a weekend. I went for 2 days.
Weekend. 2 days. 2 days. Was the grilled cheese? Were they pretty good there, or were they?
Bro, not gonna lie, I had this is a weird combination. Hey, stop! You're trying to change the subject. We're not changing the subject.
What are you talking about? I was just asking about my buddy and his weekend. You know.
But we did have the combination of grilled cheese was Oreo and banana. Don't knock it till you try it.
With cheese, buns and cheese.
All I'm saying, don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it till you try it. Well, I think I know I'm gonna ask your mom to cook next time I come over.
You came over one time. I don't know, dude. Apparently we're not best friends. Dude. You like Evan Golden over me, so.
Oh, that's crazy to say. That's crazy.
So, Carter,
you're the one who's.
I just want to know when my rematch is going to happen.
Hey, man, you tell me.
Hunter says Evan seems like a better
friend
than
Hunter
Casey.
Has no friends, all right? Yeah,
Hunter says that's
they had a bunch
cheese.
of different unique grilled cheeses. There was a grilled cheese hamburger, okay?
Well, that makes
like
sense.
No. There was no like cheese in the grilled cheese. It was just like grilled cheese buns with like a cheeseburger. So, but Konhor, like, I just want to know when my rematch is going to happen. The moment,
hey man,
like, I'm just going to throw it out there. The moment I became out of my boot is the moment I didn't get looked at ever again to be for a shot at the East Tennessee title. Like, wasn't I the special guest referee in your match? Didn't I try to, like, I didn't try to help you. I was fair, right down the middle.
You were fair. You were fair, and I failed to do. I failed to do.
Where's
the
payment back in it? Do I got to call up whoever books SOM and be like, hey, I want a shot against Konhor. Do I got to pull my little NWA strings or what?
Well, you know, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hunter, I'm sorry that all my friends are on TV, buddy. I'm sorry.
I think a lot of people on the SOM Legacy roster deserves a shot. So I think
who name one. Who you gonna say?
You know, you got
like Max Abel.
If I had to make a ranking,
like a Logan Ragnarok,
I think Max.
Like, who you gonna say?
I think Max is back at the bottom currently.
You think so? He still technically has a rematch clause.
Well, you want to do a triple threat again?
Well, we saw how that worked out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, Scott, see, that's something Scott, I got to call you. Can you help? Could you book Legacy? I didn't know who books Legacy. Someone tell me who books Legacy, and I will hit them up right now.
You know, I might actually go text. If I wasn't on my phone, I would text the person right now, or the persons.
Persons is crazy. We all know there's one person that books SOM. Legacy.
There is.
The other guy just writes segments, thinks he's like actually like doing something. But Konhor,
Hunter said name one.
Konhor, let me throw this out there.
What if
Sunday at the School of Morton? Yeah, that's right. You hear it. Sunday, School of Morton. We're running on Easter. Got to pay the bills. What if, Konhor? What if I can pull little strings, and what if we do a tournament to crown the number one contender for the East Tennessee title that you will face at the SOM Memorial Cup? What if I can pull my strings and see if we can't get that happening?
I think we should stop asking what if and we should make it happen.
Matt Bowens, you booked La Follette. Why don't you book me? You booked me against Heath, and that was the last time you talked to me, man. I thought we were friends.
That's crazy. Oh. People like Blade Gibson over you, Casey.
Wow. That is wild.
Well, Blade Gibson is about 120 pounds soaking wet. He's not considered a heavyweight. He is a junior heavyweight. What's that face for? Like, you have to be over 225 pounds to be considered a heavyweight. The NWA junior heavyweight title, the weight limit is 225. I currently weigh 224.9.
So you make the weight.
I technically make the weight.
Just barely.
So do you need to hit up AT and ask him real quick?
No, I think he's too busy doing something else. There ain't no telling. That's true.
Yeah.
I know, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. I love you, Pooh.
Hey, I saw he's not fighting anybody. I want to fight him. That's basically how that comes.
Hey, man, you just got to know. You just got to I have friends in high places, all right?
That you do somehow. I don't know how, but you do.
What do you mean you don't know how? I got Joseph. He's my friend.
Joseph is your friend.
I thought you were my friend.
That's crazy. You thought you.
Carter, we tagged one time.
Now
it's got real.
Oh shit!
So we're just sending anybody.
Yeah. As soon as you came on, everybody tuned out. So they needed somebody to come on to get people to tune in because they want them talking after this podcast. They want people talking. They might be crying. They might be saying that they're done with everything by the time I'm done talking.
Can I wrestle Rhino?
And you know what? If they threaten to be done with everything, it's only the 32nd time in a week they've made that threat. So what's 33 times? Because we both know you're never going to live up to your words.
Buy the book. Tell Bebop to sing his favorite song.
What's your favorite song? Who's the best person on this screen? Point at one.
Hey, Bebop.
Don't point at him. Point at one other one. No, Bebop. Don't say his name. You know what? I would have even been accepted Kohnor at this point as a valid answer.
Hey, Matt, I'd like to wrestle Rhino. I'm just throwing that out there. So why do we invite TKO, Rabbit? Why do we invite TKO?
Because they wanted to use somebody that knows what they're doing instead of somebody that looks like he smeared a grilled cheese across his face.
Kohnor said a minute ago that he was open to taking all challengers, and TKO said that he would make him eat corn the long way, and that he'd take that title away.
I'll put that eggplant so far down his throat that he'll become a vegetable himself.
So that's why TKO is here, is because currently, you know, he has a claim to that title too. So between you three that are on the screen right now,
yelling at
Kohnor has the title. Casey, you never lost it, and TKO is trying to get it back.
Hi, Andy.
Okay, we're gonna get an outside point of view on who a good champion would be. Who would a good champion? Who would be a good, credible guy to be the East Tennessee heavyweight champion? Who do you think?
Batman.
Who? Say their name.
Batman.
Not Casey.
Yeah.
This was my interview. What's going on here?
You can't even win with your own family.
TKO?
Nope.
What about Kohnor?
Nope.
Well,
who do you think would make a good champion? Kohnor, TKO, or KC?
Batman.
No, she said that one. Who's that?
Who's that one?
Point. Which one?
A white one.
This one? Yeah, no, not that one. KC don't count. He's not in the lineup.
Casey is in the lineup. I don't know what you're talking about, TKO.
I would challenge Mr. America first.
Who is Christian Lee?
Wow. That's Christian Lee. That's wild. You would challenge Mr.
Who is
America
Christian
first?
Lee?
He somehow broke. I think he broke his neck at Mayhem. That's what just goes on over at Mayhem. Dump truck. Dump truck deserves a shot, Kohnor.
I want streaks though.
Wow.
Champ, title for title. Champ versus
Look,
champ.
I'm a bad guy. So
Title versus title
way.
there?
I do
You
like
guys
title,
think KC.
I'm a big joker, man.
So,
Kohnor, would you wrestle Joe Kazana for that title?
If we do things by the book.
Can the song play the whole time like New Jack style?
Kohnor,
Dude,
how do you feel about a fight? You don't have to wrestle. Wrestling's overrated. I can go to the zoo and get a monkey, and you can teach an ape how to throw a hip toss, an arm drag, a headlock. You can literally teach a monkey. How do I know you can teach a monkey? Guess what? This cat right there with the little teenage stash looks like a monkey.
Who's he
Okay, well, he's
pointing
on
at?
that side.
Who's he pointing at?
This little monkey
He's
pointing over here. I'm
that
right here.
released from a zoo and learned how to wrestle. I'm not wanting to wrestle you. I want to put you through something you've never been through. I want to fight you.
Kinky.
Fight.
This interview has gone down south so far.
Fight.
Yeah.
What do you
I
have
was having
against
a
the
nice
South?
conversation.
Except for the fact that the South lost the war to the North, and I'm from the North, and you'll lose a war against me just like the South lost to the North if we fight.
Dump Truck wants to know how you do it to a monkey. How do you train a
Wait,
monkey?
I think he's calling TKO monkey.
I mean-
that's a guy in your group. Josh, he's in your group. He just called you a monkey.
Dump Truck obviously
He also
called
doesn't
Max
even
his
know
title.
what a monkey is because the man can't get off his ass long enough to step out the door and even work for 5 seconds, whether along walk an hour around the zoo to see a monkey.
Wow.
Oh, Uncle Slam coming in the chat.
He sure did. He said,
The
let me
South
step up
lost,
to
Chris.
him.
The South
Kid, you're
lost,
hurt.
and the South would lose again if they went against the North. Why? Because we are the North. We are superior to the South. Records show it. Read your record books. You're like, what, 73 years old? You should have been there.
Josh,
doing
you're
that.
from Kentucky. Josh, you're from Kentucky.
I'm from Indiana, genius.
The same difference.
Same difference. It kind
Hey,
of
Tennessee,
is.
I don't
It's
care.
Let's
literally
ask
the
Connor
same
the real
territory.
questions now.
Oh god.
Connor,
Why are you in a car?
why are
I
you
just
in a
got off
car?
of work.
So you work in a car?
I work in a facility.
That's not a facility. That's a car.
Well, the facility is currently occupied right now, and I wanted to go to a more quiet environment so I could hear Joseph ask me questions for my interview.
Connor, what conditioner do
Joseph
you
said-
use?
He sent me the link.
What conditioner?
So blame
Probably
Joseph
not
for-
the same one as you, if I had to guess.
What conditioner do you use?
Again, not the same one as you, so give me a second to think about it.
What
Um,
shampoo do you use?
He uses that Head and Shoulders. He's
I
on
do
that
use Head and
Palomalo.
Ain't no way.
It smells really good. It feels really nice in my hair.
I
do
use Head and
Shoulders.
Shoulders. Do you use Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner, or do you use the 2-in-1?
I miss.
I just
I miss
if
Pogo
you
a
use
lot.
two
I
in
use-
one with your
I use
hair,
the
you're gonna
Aussie
lose your
shampoo.
hair. Like
No, I'm
some-
not. I have plenty of hair. If you look at my hair, I have a full head of hair.
That's
This is a full head
Okay.
of hair.
That's like a quarter
I have
of
a
your
full
head.
head of hair. I got more hair than you.
I'm not going to deny that because you're a gorilla underneath everything.
What the-
But
it's monkey
yes,
talk.
you only have about a quarter on top.
We're gonna get in trouble.
We are not.
Connor.
I'm the one
Yeah, he
that
has to pay the fines, so don't be saying shit. Yeah, that.
like that.
See what you did, Connor? You set me up. Anyways,
All right.
why can't you grow a beard, Connor?
Because I'm not a grown man, I guess.
Don't admit
Connor.
it.
I guess I'm just not a grown
Connor,
man.
As a child trying to fulfill a dream in the world of professional wrestling, what would you say is your 5-year overall goal that you look to achieve in the next 5 years? I'll take over your job, Joseph, and I'll throw hard-hitting questions.
Well, hopefully I'll be signed.
No, not hopefully.
No,
not
not
hopefully.
hopefully.
You have a
will.
5-year plan, and in 5 years, where are you going to strive and fight to see yourself? No hopes about it. You're going to make it happen. Where is your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Fighting for a roster spot in the Feds.
Which one?
stop using locker room talk. What's the Fed?
Yeah, which one? What's a Fed? Where are you going? Where are you trying to get with?
Either TNA, AW, or WWE.
So in 5 years, realistically, which one of those three do you think you would stand the best chance at?
So you don't want
Too late.
to
He
work
already
for the
he already didn't
NWA?
pick them. So
that's Connor. That's what I'm hearing.
in 5 years,
That's my 3-year
which
goal.
one do you see yourself as standing the best chance at?
The top.
Which one's the top? Not everybody knows.
Dad. You.
TNA, AEW, or WWE? Pick one.
Or NWA. Don't forget about them.
NWA is in there, but I think I want to be signed by them sooner.
Okay, since you're not going to pick one, let me ask you this, Konhor, to make this a really in-depth interview about you. What do you see yourself showing as a standout priority that shows any company from NWA, TNA, WWE, AEW, MLW, AML, any company with a credibility standard behind their name? In 5 years, what's going to make them say, Konhor Martin, that's the kid. He stands out for this reason. What will be your reason that you think you would be a standout superstar at any top-level promotion?
My charisma.
What else? If you had to pick three things, so you got charisma,
My attitude. My work ethic.
but now let me ask you this. Joseph, I took over your interview. I know. Let me ask you this. Now you have a good attitude,
Can't you kick people?
a good work
I'm gonna
ethic,
pick this guy.
and charisma. What makes you different from the other 10 guys that have good charisma, good attitudes, and good work ethic? What makes you stand out of those 10 guys and makes you the pick?
I'm an actual people person that wants the best for not only myself but everyone else involved, whether it's a company, whether it's another wrestler, or it's people outside of the company.
Sorry, I misclicked. Sorry, my phone misclicked.
I'm a very selfless guy who cares about others besides myself, while also caring enough about myself to get to where I want to be.
All right, out of those three, what is your top quality? See, because you have to pick one.
But the house.
Attitude.
Attitude. Why would you pick attitude over the other two? Give us the reason.
Because in this business, you've got to learn to either accept the good and accept the bad. There's going to be times when things don't go the way you expect them to, and you got to keep going. You got to move on. There's going to be times when things go great, and you got to say, great, how can I do better? How can I get to the next level? Even though I'm at the top, what can I do to get better? When things are going bad, okay, what do I need to improve on? What do I need to fix? And your attitude about that says everything about you. If you're upset with how you're being booked, if you're upset with what is happening, your attitude says a lot about how you will carry on.
Well, here's a very realistic thing that happens inside the business. You always have to do business with somebody. Sometimes you may not be able to see eye to eye with that person. You're not on, or you have some personal problems with that person, but you got to do business with them in one way or another. Would it be the determining factor, your attitude of how you handle that in order to do business properly with that person?
I believe so.
Konhor, you can't give a 2-word answer. So to step in for Konhor, because one thing Konhor does have going for him is Konhor does have a good attitude behind him. Konhor is a workhorse that's learning how to be an even better workhorse than he already is. Konhor is always willing to take criticism constructively or poorly and listen to it and then go back in there and try to get even better at it. You can't take anything away from Konhor as a performer and certainly as a person outside of the business. Konhor is a very, very humble, nice guy. Somebody like me who is known for not being the nicest guy. And then people get to see a side of me that they're not used to. I like flowers too. So Konhor is a very good guy outside of the ring, and he uses that to express himself backstage in an element where it matters and making connections and following around and learning. Konhor is dangerous. Here's why Konhor is dangerous. Konhor is a silent learner. And if you don't know what a silent learner is, stick around long enough and you'll find out, kid. No matter how old you are, if you don't know what a silent learner is, you better pay close attention, because it's the one sitting in silent, learning, watching, growing, and perceiving to make their next step based on what's going on around them. And that's one of the things Kohnor is good at. Now, Kohnor, your negative downfalls. Your negative downfalls that.
Well, before we get there, TKO, you said something very important, because Kohnor always comes and he always asks, "How was
that's
my
a
match?
fine.
Did it look good? And everything did right." So he's always trying to make sure that his matches look good, everything looks good, that he's doing the best he can for the business, and he takes that criticism that you give him. If you tell him, "Hey man, this one spot was bad," he tries to excel to make that spot look better the next time. And that's one of the biggest strong suits I think you have, is you have the ability to take that constructive criticism and turn it into a positive each and every time that you get into the ring, Kohnor. And I think that that's what really makes you stand out to these other companies, is there's a lot of things that you do the absolute right way that will help you excel and get to the top, but your character and integrity are going to have to keep you at the top. And that's going to be the difference in this. So back to what TKO was saying, he was asking what your downfall, what you think your downfall is.
I tell you, in my opinion, and then you tell me yours, unless you want to go first. Do you want to hear it or do you want to say it first?
And I'll go ahead and tell you what I think my biggest problem is. I think I have a lot of self-doubt, and I struggle with a lot of self-confidence. And in this business, that's going to affect you a lot, because sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. Even if you have a lot of things going on behind the scenes, you got to wake up and be like, "Hey, I'm the best performer in the world." So I think sometimes that could be a big problem of mine.
So you're close to the nail on the head, and I would agree to an extent. Your biggest downfall is.
I'll pick her up and hold her.
I can't. She poured root beer float all over me, and I don't like to be sticky, and I'm holding it together very well. Side note, on the real me, I hate odd numbers, and God bless America, I hate being sticky. But anyways, Kohnor, once you figure out a way inside of yourself to let go of what's holding you back, and you break that wall or whatever you want to call it, that glass ceiling, whatever people want to call it, and you allow yourself to fully explode as Kohnor. No hold back, no fear. Doesn't matter if the fat goof in the front row thinks you're an idiot. It doesn't matter if the woman with no teeth that's in love with the guy with no teeth wrestling in the opening contest thinks you're dumb. It's a matter of allowing yourself raw, real, true you to excel and entertain like you can, because every piece of the puzzle is there for you. Now you have to pick each one of those pieces up and put them together and make that final image and let this self-doubt go. Thank you for that wipe. My wife brought me a wipe because she knows I hate to be sticky, but you got to let that self-doubt go and let yourself become you. And when you do, the sky's the limit. And there's not very many people in this area going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with you on that level of commitment when you allow yourself to commit to that.
I would absolutely 100% agree with that, Kohnor. And even to add on it just a little bit is something that Harley told me. And it never comes up, but there's always somebody in the crowd that's never seen you. Never. They've never seen you. They don't know who you are. They don't know whether to boo or cheer you. But if you can just reach that one person, whether it's good or bad, and they form an opinion about you, they'll have it for life. And they'll use it, and they'll come and see you no matter what.
Side note, because too many people has heard me doing good things and talking like a real person about Kohnor, because I actually like Kohnor. I want to introduce everybody to the very rare Truck and Jesse action figure. You notice the big, bold doofus? with the brains.
Come
the
on,
Truck and Jesse
TKO.
action figure. Jesse right there in a very peculiar placement with the big bold doofus.
Bro, Josh obviously don't pay no attention. They're Fiona and Shrek, dude. They're right here.
They have two different versions.
That's terrible. Y'all are terrible.
We're not terrible. That's what they've been called.
So one cool thing
All right,
too, Connor. Let me ask you two more questions and show my interviewing side. I saw online as I was scrolling through Facebook, there is a show called Metrotham Con coming up in June. I believe it's June 20th through June 22nd. And it actually had you listed as a celebrity guest. Is this your first Comic-Con appearance? And if so, are you looking forward to it? And what do you see expecting out of it?
This is technically my first ever Comic-Con. Definitely my first ever Comic-Con I've ever been a part of. And honestly, I'm very excited. I grew up a big superhero Star Wars fan, and I still am to this day. So it's kind of cool to actually be a part of something like that environment and to actually be wrestling at a place like that. And it's also pretty cool. I'll be technically wrestling in Georgia, which is the state I'm from. And I think I have a lot of people who have reached out to me and saying they want to come to the Comic-Con just to watch me. So that's a pretty surreal and cool moment.
Oh, why do we show his? Where's the country gentleman?
Well, because they want to see a celebrity, which, talking about that, Connor, let me ask you this. Another question before I get to the biggest question about that show. How does it feel going into Metrotham Con, knowing that there's Star Wars, Star Trek, the Power Ranger, I believe it's the Red Ranger is going to be there, but on a wrestling aspect, you were being billed alongside some of the biggest legends there is in this industry. Joe Kazana is going to be there. Lex Luger.
Jake the Snake
Roberts.
Lex
They
Luger,
just announced Rick Steiner. And you're being billed right there on the same level as them.
Billy Gunn.
How does that feel to you? What is that emotional-wise when you see your name next to a name like Lex Luger or Jake the Snake Roberts or Joe Kazana?
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, will be there as well.
I mean, it's a very huge honor because these are people you grew up watching and that helped, inspire you to be part of the business. So you being advertised with these people that, you saw as a kid, I think it's a pretty surreal moment. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that if you want to get to a level like them, you have to act professional. You have to understand that, like, hey, it might be cool, but this is only the surface. If you want to get to the top, you got to expect those things. Like, I'm sure I'm going to speak a little freely right now.
Let me ask you one question before you speak freely.
Let Connor talk!
As we pull the picture up, do you think it was done accidentally or on purpose that you were basically front and center in all these guys as a peer level to all these legends?
Forget about Tess and girl. Why don't I turn my mic? And girl, Tess is there.
She's a beast too.
Kinsey's going to be there too, guys.
She is.
So
Kinsey Page, AJ Kazana, two of the top NWA talents out there. AJ Kazana and Kinsey Page will be there.
And
AJ Kazana and Kinsey Page.
You know what?
AJ Kazana.
No, Josh, you're going to find it funny. So this is a fun, quick little side note. Over the weekend, Polo Del Mar, she was doing commentary over the live matches, right? And I go, make sure you announce that I'm the youngest NWA United States Tag Team Champion of all time, which is true. Google it. They proceed to say, and the most inexperienced NWA Tag Team Champion of all time.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, Casey, let Connor speak freely. Let's hear this freely speaking, Connor, because I have a good question stored up for you.
Okay, what's the question?
Speak freely first.
You said you're going to
What am I speaking freely?
Me and Casey both interrupted you, and you done forgot it.
Oh no! I was saying, it's kind of, you mentioned how does it feel to like be seeing your like image next to all these people that are, you know, famous, and I said, well, I mean, it's a surreal moment because you watch all these people growing up, but at the same time, you have to have the attitude like if you want to be as good as them one day, if not better, being next to them should be the standard, and you should want more than that. And I was gonna say something pretty honest. I'm pretty sure, as professional as Casey is, the little kid in him, when he saw his picture next to Heath Slater, a guy that he watched growing up, I'm pretty sure the little kid in him said, that's pretty damn cool. But in reality, he has to carry himself as a professional and know that if he wants to make it to the top of the top, that should be expected. Him seeing his image next to someone that he used to watch growing up that probably helped him get into the business, he has to know that is the standard. And that's kind of the approach I want to have. But I still want to be grateful and appreciative for those people who helped me get into a level that get into the point where I want to get to.
And absolutely. I mean, you have these cool moments and you do all this cool stuff. And there's sometimes inside you might be freaking out, but you got to work through it. It's just that professionalism of knowing that this is going to become a normal. This isn't going to become a rare occasion. It's going to become a reality that you're going to live it. So before we get to my question, I'm going to make this statement real fast, then ask you the question so somebody don't get to comment on it. I got sent a really cool picture from the NWA Decatur, Tennessee Joe Kazana promotion show Bobby Slam was talking about. I have been told that there were signs brought to that show that said the Kazanas fear TKO and the NWA needs TKO because they need real talent without the last name Kazana. So with that being said, the fans have spoke their word on who's better. Now, talking about Metrotham Con and talking about going into it, a really cool thing that also entitles is something called Wrestling for a Cause. And I have held almost every title there is to hold at Wrestling for a Cause. And Wrestling for a Cause isn't just a promotion that's worked with the likes of Matt Cardona, the Good Brothers, all of these people from the Comic-Con you've seen, Mick Foley, Lou Ferrigno's been a champion for them, the Incredible Hulk. Wrestling for a Cause is a 501c3 nonprofit that helps kids one body slam at a time. They benefit kids in need, no matter what their need is, no matter what their illness is, from the lightest to the most scariest, surrealist moments that a parent has to face. Wrestling for a Cause steps up and helps them figure that out. What is the true honor to be able to say you, Kohnor Martin, are now standing up and wrestling for a cause with them to help those children?
I mean,
Let's look.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, not to get too like personal and too real, but I mean, just knowing that you're doing something that a lot of those kids wish that they could do is a huge honor. Like, I had the privilege of playing football for many years, and just knowing that there are kids out there that wish they could do what you could do, even if it's at a level where you don't think it's that cool. Like, I had to play D3 football, and some people will say their opinions about Division III football, but there's still kids out there that wish they could do that. So it's just a big honor to be able to like do something and be an inspiration for these kids, and for them to have so much fun and enjoy what you do, even though if they're not able to do that, you can at least let them enjoy and embrace it and have like a little bit of their world be a part of that through you because you're able to do it.
And speaking of Wrestling for a Cause, we know May 3rd, 2025, they're going to be having Grave Consequences, which is going to be taking place as well. And Kohnor, TKO, I know TKO, you're going to be involved in this. Kohnor, are you going to be involved in this? And Casey Kazana, I mean, you're holding one of their titles. Are you going to be there?
May 3rd, I'm actually up in Michigan defending the NWA United States against Heath Slater and Rhino.
So basically, KC's saying that Heath Slater and Rhino means more than children, and he will not help a child in need. And that's exactly why Bobby Slam said he made his granddaughter cry, and he didn't even have the gumption to apologize to the little girl's heart that he broke for being a scumbag. Konhor, thank you for being a real man and helping these children. KC has proved he's a Kazana, and he will use a sick child to boost his own ego.
No. Libetes. He's been drinking that Libetes tea.
There's facts in what I just said. Is there not, Joseph?
Are already scheduled prior to this event happening. I had prior obligations I got upheld.
See this?
She's got it going on.
Thing by the book, Indy.
That's great.
By the book.
Sing it.
I'll even if she sings, I'll even start singing it.
Sing it, Indy, by the book.
No,
not today.
All right, so Wrestling for a Cause Chattanooga is going to be at the Comic-Con, at the MetroCon as well, and we're going to put that back up on the screen for you guys as well. The Country Gentlemen are going to be scheduled to be there, as you saw earlier, right here. They're going to be there June 20th through the 22nd, 2025.
Legend and Two Boys.
As well as SOM Legacy. SOM Legacy is going to be there. Everybody that's on that card right there. And then, of course, Josh Turner, TKO, is going to be there as well, boosting up for that. And, of course, the man that we started the interview with, Konhor Martin, is going to be there as well. So, Konhor, it is a great honor that you're front and center on this. TKO does have a point that they put you right in the middle of this big, bad promotion flyer here for you. How does that make you feel that you are the centerpiece of MetroCom for School of Morton?
Pretty big honor that School of Morton wants me to be their face for their logo and for their company. So very honored to be that person for them. But I really want to wrestle. But it's a huge honor.
This brings us back full circle there, Konhor, because not only are you the face now, you're the East Tennessee Heavyweight Champion. And as the East Tennessee Heavyweight Champion, you have all comers coming after you, including the two men below you right now, TKO and KC Kazana. So how are you going to defend that title when you know that everybody is looking at you, everybody has their eyes on you, and everybody is looking to get a piece of you?
I mean, the mindset doesn't change. You want a nice trading card.
Medal.
I mean, like I said, the mindset shouldn't change whether you're a champion or not. You should always be hungry, ready for the next fight. And the good thing about being a champion is now people, they want you just as bad as you want them.
Trading cards.
You always gotta have the underdog mindset that I'm just ready for the next fight. I'm ready for the next opponent, regardless if I'm the champion or not. Now, instead of wanting to become the champion, I now have to know that I have to hold on to it. And that's going to be even harder to do than chasing it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to do last words. I'm going to start with KC Kazana. Last words, Casey.
Words is, I'm going to throw it out there. Dad said, basically, Josh, KC is long before this one. So, if you're going to call my dad a liar, you're a scumbag. And Konhor, I'm just saying, let's marinate on this tournament idea, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, you have the final say so because you're the champ. You do whatever you want. You can say no, but I mean, fighting champ, you would say yes. That's what I would do in that situation. Who knows, Konhor? If we do the tournament, we might end up doing title for title. If we do a tournament and I'm lucky enough to be in said tournament, if I win the whole thing, I will put my television title against your East Tennessee title.
It's not your television title.
How do you like that?
If you win that whole tournament, which good luck to you, brother, I would 100% do that.
I'll make some phone calls. All right, trust me. I'll make some phone calls. Higher ups.
Even though I think you don't need the tournament to have your rematch, but it would just be even more impressive.
Get a room. This is supposed to be final thoughts. Shut up and let the people talk.
I think very long, okay? I'm saying a lot of up and comers in there. And who knows? Who knows who might be in the tournament? If there will even be a tournament, I hope there's a tournament.
I hope so too.
I
I need an opponent.
There's a lot of tournament talks.
I need an opponent.
First
TKO,
off,
final
my final
thoughts?
thought is this. I don't need my daddy to step in and save me. So I can speak like a man for myself because I'm not a boy.
My dad pinned you.
Shut up. This is my final thoughts, not yours. You don't get to talk in my final thoughts.
You talked in mine.
I did not. You don't have no proof.
It's on video,
This doesn't
TKO.
count. AI
We're
is
recording.
recording.
It's live.
This is AI generated. Anyways, you know what, Konhor? You're a man and you will fight without your dad having to be there to fight for you. Because we both know AJ, who spoke on here, if he wants to show up, I'll smack him right across his face and I will spin his head so far around that he'll realize the earth is as round as his skull.
Okay, all right.
Now, moving on. Tournament, no tournament. If there is a tournament, I'm sure I won't be included because I've hurt somebody else's feelings. Go ahead and get your DMs and ready to message me. Wow, I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I hope you cry yourself to sleep, and I hope your crotch gets infested with fleas.
Well,
Next,
gosh. Oh, gosh. Let's get out.
Konhor and KC, you're talking about... No. You cheap shotted me, Joe. You cheap shotted me. You didn't slap me. You cheap shotted
TKO.
me.
Come on, TKO. Come on, TKO. You faced him like a man, and he put you on your butt. He slapped the taste right out of your mouth. We all got to see it. There's video evidence of it. It's not been edited. It's not been edited by AI. He got you fair and square. Not only that, but
No,
he
he
got
does
a pin
not.
against you as well. That is
No.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he did. At the Cobra Strikes Back, there's lots of video out there. Wrestling with Unicorns is one of them that has a
He has a
TKO.
horn on his head. He might as well call himself AJ Kazan
Well, I'm
or
just telling
Konhor
you.
Martin.
I mean, you can catch it on SOM Legacy at SOM 505 live on YouTube as
You know
well.
what?
You can see
I
that
ask
direct.
everybody on here,
And,
go sign up to SOM 505 on YouTube. Pay your fee, become a subscriber, and I will give you in the mail when you show me you subscribe a free autograph from a true superstar because you can watch the video yourself and then you can make the judgment and see that Joe Kazana never pinned me, Joe Kazana never beat me, and the day Joe Kazana wants to be a man, he can come fight me.
All right, Konhor, your final thoughts.
Hang on, I'm not done with mine. My last final
Mark.
thought. 3 important things. KC Kazana, you talk about rematch clauses.
Konhor Martin, your final thoughts, sir.
Well, I really appreciate you having me on here, and I really appreciate TKO and Casey coming on here, making this interview a lot more enjoyable. They hopefully, I hope everybody watching it enjoyed it because I definitely had a good time. I didn't expect it to go the way it did. I didn't expect it to get as emotional and as personal, but here we are, and I'm grateful for it.
Evan Gold.
Really? You're going to cut me off, you fat slob? First off, I want my TV title match. I want my heavyweight title match. But you know what? I can wait to beat that punk's rear end, and I can wait to pull. Really? Joseph, you want to play button clicker? How about this Sunday? I do what I said. You live up to your word. Lars, I know you're watching. I will smack Lars so hard it knocks him into one personality. And after I beat that scumbag, I get you for 5 minutes, Joseph. Me and you, 5 minutes.
It'll never happen.
Do you accept
it
the
will never
challenge
happen.
if I beat Lars, you piece of garbage?
You know it will never happen because you'll never be able to beat Lars or Michael Amato. You'll never be able to do
And
it.
then 5 minutes, me and you.
No, you won't.
Then I want, you know what, Joe Kazan, if you're watching, I want you to see what I do to Joseph because I'll do 10 times worse to you.
You can't fight if you're in jail. You can't fight
I
if you're
will
in jail.
hurt you. Tell your wife she's about to become a widow and get life insurance.
TKO, you couldn't hurt a fly if it was right in front of you. And we all know that. And I'm not scared of you. Negan hit harder, baby. What do you got to say about that?
You know what? I say this, Joseph. Do you have a way to prove your manhood like I do? No. So you want to step up man to man.
Just
You want to
because I
run
don't
that
have
Burger
them on
King
camera
Big Mac
doesn't mean I
trap of
don't have
yours.
them at
How
all.
about you take the burger out and you man up? I beat Lars this Sunday. I beat Lars at Legacy. I get you 5 minutes. Yes or no? Right here, right now.
I already told you if you could beat Lars, you could have me for 5 minutes.
Click me out. I don't need to say
that's
anything more.
all you need to know.
Click me
But
out.
we
I don't
already
need to say
know you're
anything
not
more.
going to
I
beat
don't care what you're
Lars. There's
saying.
no way.
Click me out. I'll get these two later. I'm going to break that face.
You're delusional. You live in your
I'm
own
going to see
world.
Joe Kazana in your eyes when I punch you in the mouth. Just recognize that.
I'll give you this one. If you are able to get past Lars and you're able to get 5 minutes in the ring with me, if you don't have a heart attack within those first 5 minutes, we'll have a good match.
A good match. A good match. The only thing good that comes in handy with a match is when the inflatuance comes out your backside and you can start a campfire. Oh, and Joe, anytime you want 5 minutes, you put that call in. You tell me where. We can do it at SOM. You know what? I can come to Joe Kazana Promotions and slap you in front of your own roster, in front of your own peers. Anytime you want a real challenge, old man, where you don't have your boys and some cheat looking out to help you, and you want to fight man to man, I will teach the Kazanas a lesson that only a true northern superstar like a Turner can do.
What a great time. Thank you, TKO, for being here. Appreciate you, buddy. I hope to have you back soon. All right, gentlemen. We gave the opportunity for your final thoughts. So thank you both for being here. Casey Kazana, Kohnor Martin for being here. And remember, don't forget April. Coming up right up here in April, you're going to have a match that's going to be taking place at none other than the night before. It's going to be April 18th at 8 p.m. is when the bell time's going to be starting. Let me get it up on the screen for you guys so you can see what's going to be happening. It's going to be right there at KFW Live Events at the Bird and Brook Tavern right there in Maryville, Tennessee. Now, Casey Kazana, we didn't get a chance to ask you this earlier, but are you going to be a part
as of
KFW?
right now, we are booked out in Las Vegas at the end of the week. But you never know in professional wrestling.
Never know.
As of today,
right.
I can say Casey will not be there. But that could change on a Thursday night. I decide to fly back from Vegas to do whatever. Who knows?
Who knows?
We're scheduled to wrestle on Friday night in Vegas.
Hey, I hear wrestling is going to be hot that weekend. I wonder why.
Change. But
I wonder why.
It's probably going to steal the show, in my opinion. That match is going to be so good.
I think it would.
I think it's going to be an awesome time. And I hope you enjoy yourself out in Vegas. I hope you're able to get back in time. And that way you can magically appear at the night before right there at the Bird and Brook Tavern in Maryville, Tennessee. It's going to be at 1509 East Broadway Avenue, Maryville, Tennessee. Lots of parking around the rear, guys. Do not worry about parking on the main street. Go behind the building. There's lots of parking lots, everything available for you behind the building that's there. All tickets are going to be $20 at the door. Doors are going to be opening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can pay in advance via PayPal if you scan the QR code on this nice little setup that we've got right here at the bottom right-hand corner right there. There is going to be a clear bags only policy. You can only bring clear bags into the building. That needs to be sold up front because they will be serving not only adult beverages, but also food and drink there as well. So you can get you some good grub right there at the Bird and Brook, which is going to be taking place Friday, April 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also this coming Sunday, SOM 505 is going to be taking place in Newport, Tennessee, where you can see Casey Kazana and you can also see Kohnor Martin live, guys. You don't want to miss this. And also TKO, who is a part of this just a little bit ago. You'll be able to see him as well if you come on out there and have a good time with us. And remember, those doors are going to be opening at 4 p.m. That's 128 5 Rivers Plaza in Newport, Tennessee. It's a place where you guys want to be each and every Sunday for both Mayhem and also Legacy that's going to be taking place. And you can catch up on all the action if you're behind on it at SOM505 Live on YouTube.com is what you want to go to. Connor Martin, Casey Kazana, thank you guys so much for being here. And until the next time, guys, you all heard it right here first on Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.